Okay.
Is it okay though?
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's actually working now. Well, this pre-show will be extra exclusive for our patrons,
Yeah.
since 2/3 of it didn't go to YouTube.
Yeah, it's Don coming back. Hello, John DeLuna.
Don has not signed back on to the Discord yet, so whatever problem he was trying to solve apparently has not been solved yet.
I want to talk about this right now, but it's show content, so I'm not going to.
Is it something in the notes, or
Yeah.
is it something that you've added to the notes since the last time I looked at it?
No. It's in the notes.
Oh, okay.
This X-Trans bots, Streetwise, man, he's got some scary bits on him.
Third-party toys,
Yeah.
quote
Look at
unquote
this
toys.
arm. It's on this like little tiny ball joint. Like,
Huh?
it's scary.
Is it like a transformation compromise?
Probably, but they I think they took the wrong way out on that one. Like, that is just so tiny.
Sometimes there's only so many ways through.
Yeah, this was not
Perhaps the
right
alternative was
way.
worse. I mean, it could have been like Kronos, where the arms are on a piece of string.
And he is probably my last one of this group.
How many do you have?
One, just him.
But the
Oh.
other ones could be better die-cast. You'll never know until you buy them.
Well, he could always wait and see what other people say about them,
He could, but is he willing to?
right?
Might as well, with how long shipments have been taken from Taobao.
Yeah, I looked at those pictures of Starscream in the show notes. They're die-cast, and they did nothing to convince me.
Really?
Nothing.
I think they're really good.
Well, we can talk about that in 6 or 7 minutes
Yeah.
ish.
Or if Don comes back.
Well, I've sent Don a text checking to see if everything's okay. So we'll see if he can text back. Hi, Don. You're
Don,
muted.
You made it.
You're muted, Don. Like in Meet. Software muted. Yeah. You're double muted, Don. You're fine now.
Yeah. No, I had to basically just. We've been having some problems with our internet out here, even more so than normal. We've also got some storms rolling through all around us, so that's probably not helping.
Oh.
But I basically just unplugged the Wi-Fi router and plugged it back in, and hopefully that's a little bit better.
Well, I texted you, but you don't have to read it now.
Yeah, I just saw it as I was getting everything realigned.
Okay.
So it did give me a chance to grab a couple of pork rinds, so that was good.
That's funny.
I used to not eat them. I mean, I haven't had them for probably well over a decade. And the fiance brought some home, and we to try, and it's like I haven't had these in over a decade, and I forgot that I kind of like them.
Yeah.
You're still looking like for a new place together, Don. Right?
Yeah. We've
So just when you're doing that, keep in mind, like, what's the internet coverage like here?
believe me, that's we sat down and we got out. I'm kind of old fashioned. I know y'all may not know that, and I got out a spare spiral bound notebook, and we wrote down a list of everything that's must haves, would like to have, and then hell no. So that way we know we're not going to get everything, but we have a basic blueprint checklist to know what we definitely need, and internet is on one of them for her doing her teletherapy with her.
Right.
So I
that.
hear that the latency for Starlink is not that bad.
It's not. No, I months ago I looked into like the people on the beta program. There's a lot of them on YouTube talking about their experience with it and showing their stats, and like the latency was 60 to 70 milliseconds on average, which
You can live with that.
right now I'm at like 90 to 120 on average.
I didn't realize that. I figured you'd be like 40.
Not for something like this. For just an audio call, it will sometimes go lower than that. And for a few other things where latency is reported, it's not terrible, but sending and receiving large amounts of data at a time, and for my internet, this is large amounts of data at a time, the latency kicks up a little bit more.
Like,
fortunately, you didn't realize, so it doesn't show through as bad as I typically fear it does.
Yeah, like, so it's $500 to buy the kit, if I remember right. It's $99 a month.
Yeah.
And
selling your soul to Elon Musk.
Yeah, like it's a secondary. I mean, it's a primary for a lot of people, but like as a secondary internet, if like maybe $100 isn't horrible. Like I was paying way more than that through Spectrum.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I think the garbage tier we have here is not too far down from that. So for the performance gain, it would be worth it to pay a little bit extra.
My internet's like $50 a month, and it's so much better than what I had through Spectrum.
Well, we've looked at really the places that are both in our budget adjacent, and one is in town, which would be Comcast / Xfinity, something like that. The other one is out, Brian, you know where Chatham's at, and I don't know what's out there. We were told there was good internet coverage, but I can't remember if we were told who does it.
Like, if they don't have good internet coverage again, Starlink is not a bad option for you.
No, because like previously with satellite internet, one of the problems was there's so few satellites up; they have to be up high to get coverage over a large
they
area.
weren't low Earth orbit.
Yes, Starlink satellites are much lower in orbit, so the latency is just naturally lower. So, like most of the problems experienced with satellite internet in the past wouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
With this deployment.
So I may have to look into that.
It's very much an option if you're willing to, do business.
Well, it's also just where we live. Comcast Xfinity stops about 5 miles up the road because of the air. Yeah, there's that, and there's nothing. Earthlink, who's my email provider, doesn't have any service out here.
Wait, Earthlink's an ISP. Still,
no, I
mean, it was in the 90s.
It was, but I'm saying I've still got. See, everything goes through my email, my MindSpring email, and they own my MindSpring email. And I'd rather pay the $5 a month for the email than have to go change all my email everywhere and get something else. So it's
for email.
I'm close to the point of needing to pay for my Gmail because I've had it since 2004 and the account's full and I don't want to delete anything.
I
just bit the bullet and deleted stuff.
I did both. I deleted and I pay for extra storage.
I mean, my Gmail account is such an archive of my online life for the last 15 years. Like, deleting stuff out of it, just like, what would I even choose to get rid of that would make a difference,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I
deleted like 10 years.
Yeah, there goes 10 years.
I deleted junk mail. I deleted automated mail messages, like old eBay things. Just stuff that I would normally filter out that I never have because I had 2 gigs of storage at the time. I just like marketing messages. I was able to free up quite a bit of space.
I mean, I think I've probably got another year in this before I've got to like either decide to delete stuff or pay, but like it's coming. Sorry, Don.
Oh, no. It's just, most of my stuff that I'm saving is stuff when I was selling mom and dad's house, which I probably don't need anymore. But part of me is like, this form, I might need this attachment on this form for some reason, or it's PayPal stuff with payment history and credits to my account and stuff like that. Like if there's ever a problem, it's like, here's my emails from 6 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've got it here somewhere.
Why are you going to need emails from 6 years ago?
Because it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. That's one of the main things my father taught me.
No, I agree with Don, and various times over the years, it has benefited me to have access to stuff from that long ago, believe it or not.
Okay, we good to go?
I think so.
Sure. Let's start a new recording here. Record here. Record here. And we are good to go. 3, 2, 1. This is Radio Free Cybertron. I am Brian Kilbean. Oh my God. I'm looking at our Discord at tfradio.net/Discord. And the first thing that popped up is John DeLuna, who's on the show. Hello, John. Sharing a photo of a smiling Headmaster Don, who's on the show. Hello, Don. It's in our Discord. What is that? What convention is that from?
2012.
It's from BotCon. It's either 2011 or 2012. I think it's 2012.
Okay.
I still have that shirt.
I bet
somewhere.
you do. Cool. So Chris is also here.
Yes, and I was at BotCon 2012 also.
Yep. Matt.
Hi, I was not at BotCon 2012.
Yeah. You're at SharkCon 2013, though.
And that's what
Yes,
matters.
I was.
Yes.
So that's why you're
Diecast.
here now.
Yes, that was
Hey,
the best.
what's
the
a
best
BotCon?
convention you all ever went to?
Yeah, it was. Hey, so I wasn't here last week. I was on vacation. Not much. I mean, it was a good vacation. I had a good time. Not a lot of rest. Slept on the couch, but other than that, it was good. But Chris hosted the show last week, and I did a fantastic job. Thank you, Chris. I really appreciate you covering and you guys doing such an awesome job.
You better.
And Diecast hosted History on the 5, which is our Patreon exclusive podcast at patreon.com/TFRadio. He'd never listened to the show before. And he hosted the show. And guess what? He really didn't miss a beat. It was pretty darn close to how the show normally goes.
And it had audio.
And it had
Good.
audio.
We were worried about that last week. Now, there was a possibility along the way I was going to have to host History on the 5 if Diecast couldn't make it, and I also haven't ever listened to it, but I was, planning to, listen to a couple of them to kind of get a feel for it. But I'm glad Diecast managed to just, fit himself in without doing any work.
And Diecast actually also showed up on the episode we recorded last night.
Oh,
Yeah,
new regular.
he enjoyed it so much he came back.
I was returning to the scene of the crime.
Yeah. But you can, again, if you're a patron, you can catch that at patreon.com/TFRadio. And if you're a patron at the Touch tier, you can actually be on the show. Maybe Diecast will be back. Don's been on. I'm on every week.
It was fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
I think it was a good, I hope it's good listening experience for the listener because we had fun recording
I think it is. I got a nice little DM in Twitter about it tonight.
Nice.
So, yeah, about the show. I last night actually recorded it in video as well, just to see how that went, and it went pretty well. So maybe we'll do that again in the future. Maybe that's what we'll do going forward. We do the show in video as well. If you want to watch live at tfradio.net/live, we record Wednesdays at around, the pre-show starts around 8 p.m. Eastern time. You can chat with us again at our Discord, tfradio.net/Discord. You can chat right from your browser. You don't even need to install anything. And I learned last week, thanks to this show, that the Discord app is just Chrome and a wrapper.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I learned 3 days before that.
That's pretty cool. So, yeah, it makes sense. But yeah, tfradio.net/Discord.
Anyway, I just want to make sure we note Rob did not make it this week. He had a rough day and is all pooped out right now, so he's sitting this one out. But, if you want to do a nice thing for him, he always has his wish list at tfradio.net/playlist. And I want to point out his birthday is in about 2 weeks. So,
Don, how far away till your birthday?
Day after Father's Day, the 21st. I'll be
21st.
51.
Wow.
Wow.
Cool.
You know, you're only about 10 years younger than my dad.
Don, you're
Yay.
only
10
40.
years
you
older
Don-
than me and Brian.
Yeah, Don, you're only 40 years younger than my dad. If my dad were alive, he'd be 91 this year. So, God, he'd be 91. Holy crap. My grandfather, if he was still alive, and he definitely wouldn't be alive, he would be 130. My grandfather. I turned 42 this week. So,
Happy birthday, by the way.
thanks. Yeah, no, my grandfather would be 130. Dang.
I think my grandfathers, if they had, continued to live, would be hitting around 100 right now.
Yeah, my grandmother, who just passed away on my mom's side, she was 99. So, of course, she lived to be 99. My grandfather lived to be like 60. I'll probably die at 60. So the show has about 20 years left.
I think that probably still exceeds my interest level, so I think we're good.
Okay, cool. Hey, actually, yeah. So this is episode 730, and I was looking at the number, and I'm like, holy crap, 730 episodes. It's not
I hate this.
Yeah, it's not like a special round number or anything. It's just a big number. It's just like the first time I looked at it, I'm like, holy crap, we've done 730 of these. That doesn't count like RSC extras, Patreon exclusive podcasts, all the other podcasts we used to do.
Yeah, the like 350-ish episodes of Superhero Time and that one episode of Star Trek I did.
Holy crap.
I don't know how I ever had the energy to do 2 podcasts every week.
Yeah, me too. Heck, I did one daily for like 6 months, but still daily.
Yeah, it was a happy day.
Yeah, it was a happy day. And this is everybody's first episode. So, hey, Radio Free Cybertron is the Transformers podcast. We're literally the first Transformers podcast. Literally one of the first podcasts ever. We started doing this in 1999.
If you can imagine such a thing.
Yeah, we're old.
I mean, for some of our first-time potential listeners here, like, they can't even imagine what it was like to be alive in 1999.
We have listeners who weren't alive when we started doing the show.
Which just, as Rob would probably tend to put it, makes me just turn gray and crumble to dust.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all basically the picture in the attic at that point.
Yeah, one of my favorite things and the most hurtful things is going to conventions and like an adult tells me they've been listening since they were a kid, and I'm like, holy crap. It happens, but we appreciate it.
I mean, Brian, just imagine, I talked to somebody and I mentioned Generation 2, or I mentioned things that was going on all Toys, Transformers at the time, and the eyes just sort of glaze over like they have no. I mean, at work, I used the word Rolodex, and one of the people I work with had to ask me what that was.
Yeah. But we're a Transformers podcast, not an office supplies podcast. But to Don's point, like the world is so diverse now with like different places where people congregate. Like heck, Twitter has so many different Transformers communities within it. Facebook has hundreds, if not thousands of, groups. Like back in the day when we started doing this, the fandom existed in one place. Basically one place.
Yeah.
On Alt Toys Transformers. Then like other message boards started popping up on the web, and that confused me and scared me. So I stuck to Usenet, like a good grandpa. But
I mean, think about it. Like, the fandom existed in one place, and if you were extremely technically proficient, you might also, as an adjacent thing, have like a GeoCities page archiving some special project that you do.
Or your ISP gives you 5 megs of web storage, which is what I did.
And in that case, you need to be even more technically proficient, because GeoCities at least had like site builder tools for people who weren't HTML savvy. ISPs didn't usually.
Yeah.
Damn. We've certainly come a long way.
Yeah, we've come a long way. But so what we do normally now is we talk a lot about new stuff, because there's a lot of new stuff. We live in a Steakums blessed time, I guess. I follow Steakum on Twitter. I think everybody should. But yeah, so it's just an interesting time with a lot of stuff going on, which is nice. It won't last forever, so we should probably go ahead and jump into news, because there's
show goes forever.
Yeah. So thinking of things that go forever, though, is that darned Megatron. It's not even the Earthrise siege
It's
mold.
Siege Megatron.
It's the siege mold again.
So a few weeks
Okay.
ago, we talked about Takara's Transformers Premium Finish subline, which is a way to milk molds for more deco uses with throwing a ton of paint on them, like Takara in the old days. Like, not a bad motivation. It's just the choice of what they're doing with it is not necessarily great. So in the first wave, we had Siege Optimus as Optimus appeared in the Siege cartoon. Which had never been actually done in the Transforming Voyager class toy before, so that's all well and good. The second wave, we get Siege Megatron in deco based on the Netflix cartoon, which if you might recall last year, we had that at Walmart in some capacity.
We did.
Now this one, to be fair, this is more extensive and detailed an approximation of what Megatron looked like in the show. So while it's not 100% redundant and pointless, it is still at least 95% pointless by volume.
It's battle damagier.
In more specific ways, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to buy it. What I might buy is the redeco of Studio Series 38 Bumblebee movie Optimus that is going to ship alongside this. Now I have the original release of that, which, I was lucky to be able to get that since it didn't last very long and became expensive soon after. These are going to retail for about 5,800 yen each. So compared to aftermarket prices on Studio Series 38, this is still probably more economical. But this basically looks in spirit like the original release of the toy, but there's more paint detail, more of the molded elements are picked out in color. They've had a little bit of like scuffing and light battle damage, like some paint scrapes around corners, places where it looks natural and not really intrusive, to be accurate to how the model looked in the movie at points. But like for the most part, it's just like making the thing look premium, and I think it looks pretty good.
I do too. I'm going to get it. I'll get Megatron as well because I'm an idiot. But
I mean, I won't comment, but I'll respect your choice to call yourself an idiot.
yeah. So we should expect this to go up on Pulse this week, probably, right?
Probably. The first wave I think took a few days after the pre-orders opened in Japan. This just like this morning at like 11 a.m. Eastern, these pre-orders opened along with the usual batch of like Kingdom stuff Takara is releasing that's identical to the Hasbro stuff. Japan's also getting the 4 Beast Wars reissues that are coming to Walmart. Also probably unmodified from what we're getting, except for probably, labels on the packaging. Which is interesting because I don't think they got reruns of like the Headmasters, the Headmaster Titans Return molds.
In Japan?
Yeah, in the retro packaging.
So just speaking of that, I've been doing a lot of research, we'll say, at Mandarake. And what I see is they have quite a few of the Walmart exclusive toys in American packaging for sale.
Yeah.
So, and on Amazon, eBay, no. Yeah, actually, I think Amazon Japan has it too. Like through third-party sellers.
Yahoo Japan?
Yeah, well, Amazon Japan through third-party sellers and through Yahoo Japan auctions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was offering the Yahoo Japan because you said eBay, but that I figured you were just
I meant
sites.
So they have it's they're just reselling what they're importing it from here and selling it at a markup.
But yeah, so Pulse should have these, and I think the first batch, Entertainment Earth and some of the other fan-oriented online retailers also carried pre-orders, so you should have your choice of places to pick these up from. Pulse did actually sell out of the first wave, pre-sell out of the first premium finish wave, which was just the Siege Optimus and the Volkswagen movie Bumblebee. So I would think at least the Bumblebee movie Optimus in this wave will probably be a fast seller.
Yeah,
it's a well-regarded mold and was hard to come by the first time. So this is pretty much a lot of people's next best chance at it. So if you're interested in this, jump on it as early as you can.
Yeah. We'll let you know if Hasbro will let you know. You can't escape really the Pulse ads and stuff, but we'll talk about it when it goes up for sale. Also, I honestly thought you guys talked about this last week, but you just posted this today, so clearly you didn't.
Correct.
We have photos of MP52 Starscream 2.0 production samples.
Yeah, this would be a final production sample because the pre-orders of this will ship out at the end of the month. So this is a final
Holy
version.
crap! I need
and
to make sure I still have a pre-order going. I think I do. I don't want
So
to
they
get charged
have-
for this 3 times.
they
I
have
think I
some of
might
these.
have two.
Yeah, they have this floating around the Takara Tomy office, and when they have the stuff sitting around, they will frequently take pictures of that for fun and to raise awareness. So they've been doing that the last few days. So a lot of what we get to see here is just some show off of the special accessories. A lot of which is just pulled from random one-off gadgets that appeared in the cartoon. So there's like the meteorite sample from Cosmic Rust that infected Megatron with his STD. The drill hand attachment from the core, which Starscream uses to explain why drilling down to the core of the Earth will make the Earth blow up, which I don't think is actually how physics works, but G1 gonna G1. But there's just a lot of that kind of stuff, and looks okay from a certain point of view. But Matt, what do you think?
Oh, I'm not impressed really. God, that canopy is all clear plastic painted over.
Yeah, I noted that in the news post at tfradio.net/news.
Yeah, that's like a big no for me. So that just writes off any chance of me getting this thing. But also, they have a picture of it up in its Gurwalk mode, and the stabilizers look like they fold around on some kind of a gimbal to fit up underneath the wings, and that just looks like it's asking for trouble. Like that looks fragile.
Sorry, I was just checking my email, which is my most valuable tool to know which toys I have and which I don't.
See, Diecast, this is why we want to keep our ancient Gmails.
Yep. Diecast and I talked about this on Hot 5 last night, actually.
Well,
okay.
this would have been,
Yeah, more recent, but
more
there's
recent.
there's definitely. I mean, Brian can theoretically do the same thing to look further back in his history and figure out what stuff he has bought in the past to try to track the seeds of the future.
The order where I ordered this is painful because it also included I'll tell you what's on it. It was the Selects Abominus. Oh dear God.
Yes, that.
And the Selects, less painful, the Selects Sound Blaster, which will never ever come out, I guess, it feels like.
So, the canopy in robot mode, Matt was pointing out that it's all clear plastic and painted over. Josh, Wheeljack64, was noting this on Twitter the other day that the gray paint on there does not quite seem to match the gray plastic around it either. I suggested that one possible reason for that is the amber plastic that gray is over is just tinting it warmer, basically. So, in a vacuum on paper, the gray paint probably is a good match for the plastic around it, but in the actual application, it's being affected by the material. It also could be the lighting in the office where they're taking the picture, and it won't look like that in every case in person. But I agree with Josh's original sentiment here. It's a masterpiece budget. This thing's 28,000 yen. It's almost $300.
Jeez.
They could have, I think, stayed within budget and made that a multi-part assembly with an opaque frame and just clear plastic for the part that's supposed to be clear. Or you know what? Just don't make it clear at all.
Yeah.
This isn't a generations toy. We've all grown to accept some paint mismatch on our $23 deluxes now, but this is
don't remind me.
Like you said, nearly $300 masterpiece. I expect paint to match.
Is this
if I'm paying that much?
Coming in jet mode or robot mode?
Probably jet mode. I think the masterpieces still typically ship in their alternate modes.
Depends. Don't the Beast? I thought some of them Beast Wars were robot mode when they shipped.
I know Beast Wars Megatron came in dinosaur mode.
Black Convoy, I'm pretty sure, came in robot mode.
How? What did
think-
MP44 come in?
Vehicle mode.
Black Convoy
Okay.
probably came in robot mode because it fills the packaging better without the trailer that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the Autobot cars always come in vehicle mode. I know.
I just hope this comes in robot mode so I never have to transform it.
It probably won't, but I understand.
Yeah. I will transform it once like I did with MP44 and never again.
I think this looks pretty good. I think
Which is
Matt needs
one-
to buy it.
Which is one more time than you've transformed your HasLab Unicron.
Oh yeah, my HasLab Unicron is still upstairs, basically untouched. That's sad. These are Transformers, but I just don't want to do it.
So diecast, I have like a sizable collection of Seekers in the old Masterpiece style. I am not buying them again.
No, they're just doing Starscream, and then maybe
doing
maybe
Thunder-
Okay, I'm not
Skywarp
buying any of
and
them again.
So hey,
Cracker.
hey, you want to feel
Yeah, no,
old? Here, Masterpiece Thrust went up for pre-order 5 years ago this week. 5 years ago. Yeah.
But Diecast, they've already actually solicited for Thundercracker and Skywarp, so those are for
Yeah,
sure
yes,
coming.
you can
That's what I'm
pre-order both
saying.
of them.
They'll stop at 3. They won't do it.
They might take a year off before they start issuing cone heads.
And Takara actually will issue a Sunstorm.
It'll be the wrong colors probably because nobody respects E-Hobby Orange Sunstorm anymore.
Mm.
Which, I mean, to be fair, the E-Hobby toy was only orange creamsicle like that because Takara was using, an aged VHS transfer or like an early Rhino DVD or something to determine the colors from. And the jet they called Sunstorm was probably always supposed to be more yellow, but like that E-Hobby toy is brilliant orange, and I want that in a modern thing and something I can afford to have.
Yeah.
That E-Hobby Sunstorm's insane.
Yeah, off the Earthrise Seeker mold.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, I would take a Sunstorm off the Siege Tetrajet if it came down to it. But since I specifically want the E-Hobby toy itself to be the focus of the updating, yeah, I would prefer the Earthrise mold because that gets the closest to that.
Oh, I canceled my Skywarp pre-order. Looks like I didn't do Thundercracker at all.
That's probably fine.
I
I
need
don't
to fix
think you
that.
need to spend the extra
Yeah,
$600.
maybe you should decide whether you like Starscream first.
No, he's just gonna buy it anyway.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
I can see it in his
Yeah,
face.
that's what I'm doing right now. Let's see. What do we have going on next?
I think my Thundercracker's coming from GameStop.
What?
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Let's see here. So, I didn't see this. Transformers Generations 2020 book, Shogu Hasui interview, translation part 1.
Yeah, so a user on TFW Optimus translated the Chinese translation from another user on one of the Chinese forums into English. I've read through this and it reads very naturally, so I'm convinced that the translation itself is probably accurate and is usable. And it's kind of interesting. There's more information in this, I think, than you would typically expect from magazine bonus interview kind of thing. I'm not going to go through the whole text of the interview here, but one thing that was interesting to me that stood out when they were developing Jetfire, apparently originally, while the robot mode looked very cartoon accurate, like what we got in the Commander class, at one point they were designing it, they had a completely different vehicle mode for it, and I guess Hasui was one of the ones pushing back, saying if we're gonna go this far for the robot, let's just do the vehicle like it looked in the cartoon too. Let's not do a half measure here. So that's one of the reasons we got that as the most cartoon accurate Skyfire Jetfire to date. And apparently part of the development of the weaponizers came from an older idea of basically including a build-a-figure cog in Generations assortments sometime in the past. I don't think that was something that was it doesn't the impression I get from reading this is that it wasn't an early form of what they were trying to do with Siege, but just some idea they'd had explored in the past and decided to revisit when Siege's ideas came up. So
We did keep kind of asking about Build-A-Figure possibility for Transformers. So
yeah, and we ended up getting it in Cyberverse recently with the McAdam figure, although we'd had it in the Beast Wars Anniversary line also with that Transmutate figure.
yeah.
So it's certainly not unheard of in Transformers, but yeah, it's more uncommon than not. I'm surprised, honestly, that they have not done any Build-A-Figure parts for the Red Collection. But the link to the interview is in the show notes, tfradio.net/730 after the podcast goes up. So I would definitely go. It's on TFW's forums. Go and check it out. It's a very interesting read. Hopefully part 2 of this will be up pretty soon, but good translation takes some time to do. So let's all be patient.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see.
Did you get your Skywarp reordered?
I'm just confirming that I canceled my Thundercracker before I pre-ordered the second one.
Well, I mean, you can just go ahead and pre-order it and cancel one of them if you need to, because you've got a few months, I think, before it comes out.
Yeah, it looks. I did order it. I just can't see my order still there. I didn't get any confirmation of a cancellation, so I'll just worry about it after the show. Okay, so let's see here. Kotaku posted Cyberverse Rock and Roll Change figures yesterday, and so this really speaks to the struggle that I have when it comes to collecting toys, because there are just like isolating down to what I want to collect. It's so challenging because I can probably never collect everything. Like there's certain things I just don't buy for the most part now, like Studio Series stuff that's not G1. I don't really normally even bother with, and I'm okay with that. I skipped out on most of the Bayverse movie toys, and I'm okay with that. I don't buy Cyberverse in general. I'll buy the occasional toy, and I'm usually okay with it. But even though these toys are probably crap, I love the look of them. I love the way that Optimus Prime looks. I genuinely love that. I think it looks fantastic, and I guess I can pick and choose what I buy. But at the same time, if I'm ever going to have the collection that I want, I really just need to lock in and focus on, the stuff that I want. And I just don't even have the room. I don't even have the room for all the stuff I have now. It just kind of sucks. But
yeah,
I mean,
you just moved to a bigger house.
Yeah. So basically, these are one-step changers, but gigantic.
Yeah, so we were trying to figure out in pre-show how to classify these, and they're kind of jump startery, kind of one-step changery at the same time. The way the Bumblebee transforms in the video clip they have reminds me of, I think there was a drift and a
It's
prowl
electronic
in the
too.
movie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they talk or scream depending how you want to parse it. In one of the movie One Step Changer lines, it might have been Age of Extinction, there's a prowl and a drift that had basically butterfly knife transformation. That was the action you do, and it kind of reminds me of that, but completely automatic on its own.
Yeah,
and I think that's kind of neat.
I do too. I liked when the main line of a Transformers toy line included things like, the one-step changers and what were they called? The fast action battlers or whatever they were.
Yeah.
But now you basically have generations and then secondary stuff. But
Yes.
when Animated was the primary line, Animated ran the gamut of the price points.
Mhm.
I miss that.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
much.
because we didn't have Scout class toys with Animated. We had Animated activators, which were
Yes.
Beast Wars basics. Because they had the same function of you'd push a button or move a lever or something, and you'd get a mostly complete transformation through a spring and gear action.
I miss that.
And most people ended up with at least an Activator's Bumblebee because that was how you would get one that's in scale for the most part with the other quote unquote regular animated toys. Yeah, they were neat.
Yeah, I bemoan Generations. It's like a monkey's paw, because on one hand it gives us the stuff that we want, like the dopamine hit of the nostalgia, but at the same time it just I don't want to say it stifles creativity, because they, engineering wise, I think they're more creative than ever when it comes with Generations. But and Hasbro does listen, you've covered basically everything at this point. Transformers was never about, oh, well, I need to get, my G1 Bumblebee, my version of G1 Bumblebee. Your G1 Bumblebees were, you had G1 Bumblebee, you had Legends Bumblebee, or, Pretender Bumblebee. And, G2 came around, and that, then there was that Bumblebee. If you wanted a G1 Bumblebee, you got one of those three. And then occasionally they would do something else that was like an homage to it. And Classics was your chance to get a G1 Bumblebee. We don't need a new Bumblebee every year. We don't need a new Optimus Prime every year. If you're going to give us a new Optimus Prime every year, make it like,
an event.
Or not even an event. Like with Unicron Trilogy, you had a completely different take on Optimus every year.
Yeah.
Animated is a completely different take. Car Robots a completely different take. Beast Machines, Beast Wars, they were Optimus Primal, but again, it was a different take.
Yeah, but nobody wants an updated Fire Convoy.
No, not really. But I'm not even saying do that. Just do something new.
You're going to make me enter the conversation, Matt. Angrily,
No,
I was trying, Don.
Like, what was the last new Optimus Prime they really gave us? Like Transformers Go. That was Takara.
Oh, the Dragon Train one.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Do we have to talk about that?
Yeah, I guess the movie Bayverse Optimus Prime and Studio Series 38, Bumblebee Optimus are kind of a new take on Optimus. Cyberverse is a new take on Optimus. Robots in Disguise was a new take on Optimus. Prime was a new take on Optimus. But nobody thinks that, for the most part, that that Cyberverse is an adult-oriented line. Sure, they have the deluxe scale toys that are okay, but it doesn't even have to be an adult. What am I even saying? Armada's like my favorite toy line ever, pretty much. And it was not geared towards adults. It was made so that adults could enjoy it as well as kids. It was just a toy line. But it's now there's two completely different tiers. There's toys that are well made, and then toys that kind of don't feel that great when you play with them, and they're made for younger and younger kids. There just doesn't seem to be a middle ground.
Yeah, and people keep calling for a redo of Unicron Trilogy stuff, I would absolutely buy a new. Yeah, I would absolutely buy a new Armada Optimus Prime. I like that design to begin with, but think about the mini cons, and then think about the Micromasters that we just recently got, and some of the quality we ran into there.
Yeah, Cyberverse as a concept is fine. I just would say give more diversity to the toys in the line and make some of them, a little more sturdy is not the right word, but just collector focused isn't even the right word. Just they all feel like they are just a step above dollar store toys. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just how I feel about them. I never felt that Armada Optimus Prime, felt like it was meant for one of the what's the term, rung 6 or something. The term
it used to be Market 6.
Market 6. But, yeah, it never felt like it was intended for that.
Either.
Yeah, like dollar stores. It never felt like it was intended for that. The deluxe Armada Prime, Energon Optimus, none of those felt like they were second tier toys. But they also didn't feel like, they were just meant for adult collectors either. They were fun.
Yeah.
And for the most part, Generation toys aren't fun. They're just clever and nice looking. And, they try to pile drive you to death with nostalgia.
Wow, just way to take away everybody's enjoyment, Brian.
I'm sorry. New stuff. Yeah, don't even redo our Unicron Trilogy. It was nice. Do something
Yeah,
new.
no, like there's things from the Unicron trilogy I would like to see done in modern toys for the sake of like having really posable or more detailed versions of specific characters. But nothing they make now, whether it be Generations or like a new devoted line trying to just remake the Unicron trilogy, nothing's going to capture the spirit those toys had to begin with. It's the same
Right.
problem I had with the Beast Wars stuff in Generations in 2014, where it was maybe hitting all the check boxes, but none of the spirit of it, none of the sense of like we're trying something completely brand new and different with the line, you know, like there was none of that feeling of, I don't think adventure is the right word, but I think it's the closest I'm going to get to it right now. Like it was very, I called the Generations 2014 Beast Wars stuff very paint by numbers. I've called it that for years, and that's what I mostly get out of it. It is very much just like going through the motions but not knowing why.
Yeah, so Blade in the chat, again, tfradio.net/discord, is saying that Generations gave us fossilizers, like the most fun thing in Transformers in years. And we also had weaponizers. Again, that's all original stuff, and that is awesome.
Yeah.
But it still feels like it's within the constraints of what Generations is. And
At least we had bots.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, actually even Generations when, you know, we got Drift and Windblade and characters like that, you know, that was even, I would approve of that, but acceptable. But, you know,
Yeah, that's something I was thinking about recently, just independently. Like, Cyberverse Deluxes are trying to kind of hit a similar mark, but like, for my money, nothing I don't think is ever going to really top the way that I felt about the Warrior class toys from RID 2015.
Oh, they were so great.
Yeah, they were really solid,
Oh, they were great.
like Generations adjacent toys, but they weren't beholden to all the classic character archetypes. There was a lot of new folded in, a lot of different kind of style and everything with that. And like I've talked about this in years past, it was one of my favorite Transformers things since probably Armada.
Yeah, I need to go back and get the couple of Chikara repaints that I didn't get.
Yeah, I'd like to get a couple of those too.
Yeah, but more for the most part, I got all of them, and they are wonderful toys.
Yeah, they're very good.
Yeah, more of that, please, Hasbro. Thank you very much.
So what were we talking about?
I don't know. Let's move on to the next item. So this made the album art. It's a 3-0 exclusive toy for Big Bad Toy Store, it looks like. It's the Soundwave from the Bumblebee movie, the 3-0 version with Ravage. But in shattered glass colors with the headband, and it comes with the headband, apparently. You don't have to get it after the fact. I just don't know. It seems so weird to me. Let's see if I can pull up a better link for people watching the video. It just seems odd.
It's the fact that it's on a like a live action design. Like I can, it does feel really, really out of place.
It doesn't look bad at all. It just looks odd.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't own any of these. I kind of want it. I'm not going to get it, but I kind of want it.
The Bumblebee movie Soundwave design looked kind of odd to begin with, and I think some of that was because of its development origins as, okay, we need to add this fully CGI Cybertron scene to the movie kind of last minute. We don't have a lot of time to make unique elements for every character. So like there's a lot of stuff that's just one size fits all, and on Soundwave a lot of it doesn't.
Yeah.
And I think the more you put like a contrasting deco on here, like Shattered Glass Soundwave's white, the more you kind of see that.
Yeah. I don't know. Man, I kind of want to get it makes me want to get the eHobby release of the Shattered Glass G1 Soundwave.
Oh yeah.
What was the one that the BotCon toy was based on?
Oh, that was Universe Ironhide.
Oh yeah, that was Universe Ironhide Ratchet.
Oh,
Oh, it was right.
yeah. Okay.
I still like that toy. I know it's bad, but
The thing that always got me with that BotCon toy was like they tried to make a Soundwave head for it, and they hit the broad strokes of that, but they also were kind of just off the mark enough to where if you painted some eyes in the visor space and made it a little bit more blue, you would have had like a very middle of Marvel G1 Optimus Prime head.
Yeah.
Like it just was not hitting anything quite correctly, which, I mean, for those who have been around long enough and paid enough attention, like a lot of BotCon unique head sculpts kind of fell into that trap.
God help me, I'm strongly considering pre-ordering this.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
There's a $37 non-refundable down payment required.
See, that would be my cue to not.
That means you don't want to do it.
But what I like about that is it locks me into doing it. If
See, that's what I
do it.
don't like about it. Although, I think Big Bad Toy Store tweeted out already today that they were like 50% sold through their quantity of these.
so see, you better pre-order it now, Brian,
Yeah,
Don't
probably.
do it.
before they run out.
Yeah, if
Don't
you
do it.
wanted it all, you probably better
You'll regret it if you don't.
I'm not even screwing with you like Matt is. Like, if you ever think you want this, you probably should legitimately pre-order it.
I mean, if you have this kind of money, I would rather you go over and pre-order the Marvel Hulkbuster that 3A is doing.
I don't collect Marvel toys though, for the most part.
I know,
But you do
Transformers
collect.
Hulkbuster
But you
looks
do collect
great.
Transformers, so you
Yeah.
should probably pre-order this.
Like right now, my big bad cart have Skywarp, Thundercracker,
The
And-
masterpieces.
yeah, and this thing.
Yeah, no, you should totally just pull the trigger on that.
God, I'll wait till after the show. I'm gonna. I need to come down from this. Okay.
All right, so stick around for the post show, everybody.
Let's see here. What
Oh,
the
where
hell
are we
is-
even at?
Speaking of Soundwave, what the hell is this?
Ah, yes.
It's a pop.
I believe it's similar to that giant pop Optimus that Walmart had.
That I
Walmart
bought.
still has in my case.
And are they on markdown?
Not yet. I still won't buy it, but
Yeah, I've
I
seen
bought
them
the
on
only one
markdown.
I saw.
my Walmart, it's been staring at me every time I go in.
Anyway, though, it's a Funko large-scale Soundwave that comes with, I assume, non-transforming tapes.
Oh, so this is a response. It says, this is tweet comes from an account you muted. I'm like, oh, what did I mute? Oh, it's Funko.
Funko.
So, yeah.
It looks
That's-
like
that's
the
good, though.
tapes do not transform, but it looks like they
course-
are swappable.
Of course they
in
don't
his
transform. It's
chest,
pop.
which is pretty cool.
No, don't think I will.
Yeah, no, I don't think you need that.
Yeah.
It's a GameStop exclusive, so
Oh,
I don't know
that's
when
another
this goes
knock
up for
against it.
pre-order or if it already is up for pre-order, but
Yeah. I went to a GameStop for the first time in years and I felt really bad about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of things I would feel bad about, this upgrade kit. So it's a Grimlock upgrade kit in theory. I'm not even going to show the pictures. People have seen this.
Yeah, it's the DNA Designs upgrade set for Studio Series Grimlock. So it comes with parts like replacement dinosaur arms, which I guess are more posable, partial plates for the missing teeth in the mouth. It
Wheelie
comes
is
with.
completely new though, right?
I was building up to that, yeah. So it does come with a bunch of parts for Grimlock, including what I like is the transparent yellow neck plates, so you can see the molded detail underneath.
Oh yeah, I like that.
So that's actually kind of neat. It comes with a sword in the wrong color, which I was talking with Liam Toybox Soapbox on Twitter.
it should be red.
Which, yeah, we're both assuming that this is miscolored so that they can release a second kit later with a properly colored sword and a bunch of other, like, well, you know, sort of maybe parts, and force you to buy 2 kits to have all the correct pieces. The main thing that this focuses on is replacing the wheelie accessory from Studio Series Grimlock. Now, since Grimlock comes with wheelies and accessory, this does still count as a Grimlock Upgrade Kit, but it's mostly built around giving you a full little same scale wheelie figure that transforms.
I like it.
I don't know what I think about it.
Yeah, I'm iffy on it. I like what it does to Grimlock.
Yeah, didn't do much for me.
I don't need it though.
It's not a great looking wheelie, but like if you were so offended by the little accessory figure and you want something that's basically the exact same size and shape, but can actually like pose and transform like it's its own little figure, there's this. Otherwise, you could do the reasonable thing and just get a Titan's Return wheelie, which would be slightly bigger, but is a much better toy. And cheaper, I'm sure.
Huh. That is so weird.
I have the Takara Legends series wheelie because it came with the Go Shooter Titan Master head. I actually probably still have the Titan's Return wheelie around here too, actually, because like, who would buy that secondhand?
Yeah.
At least back then. Somebody might now, but I'd have to find it. The point is, though, if you want a transforming wheelie that is like actually an action figure and transformer on its own, just buy that one.
Yeah.
You don't need this. You don't need the upgrade kit. I just put it in here because it's ridiculous.
I don't really go for upgrade kits for the most part. I've only bought a couple. I don't know that I like. Well, there are things I don't like about Studio Series Grimlock. Things that are weird to me. But this doesn't really remedy those.
The biggest problem I've found with Studio Series Grimlock in the time since I got it, I can't get the dinosaur mode to take a posture that I like without it like tipping backwards. Because if I get it where it's stable, the tail basically has to be touching the ground, and then it looks like it's pitched back too far already. I can't kind of have it just tilted a little bit forward because it won't balance.
I love Studio Series Grimlock. I have not a bad word to say about it. So
it's not bad.
I mean, I certainly like the idea of it and most of the execution. There's just that, one little thing I can't get to pose in a way that I think looks good in dinosaur mode.
Yeah, weird.
I imagine I won't have that problem with Slag since he's a quadruped.
Oh, yeah. Man, I can't wait to get that. Okay. Anything
well, I
else?
mean, if you look at the right places on eBay right now, you can probably get one for like $175.
Actually, I need to check.
He's contemplating it. That's the funny thing.
No,
he wouldn't do it though because it's an out of box 5-finger special from a factory.
Oh, definitely not. But I still need to check to see if anybody in the U.S. is selling Galvatron. Real quick, I will check for that.
No, I have not seen any Galvatrons from U.S. sellers at like anything close to retail price.
Boo. Okay. Man, okay. Anything else?
No, I think we actually made it through all the show notes.
Wow, we have a lot left to go through because it's what we got this week. Who wants to go first?
Crap.
I'll go
I don't
first.
have anything.
Oh, I was hoping Chris would say, speaking of Kingdom Galvatron.
No, I mean, like, it's not like I haven't been looking, but I
Triplet has his, and I want to go to his house and like knock him in the head with something and drive off.
I was hoping that's where you were going with that. No, I didn't get in on Big Bad Toy Store's allotment in time, so no Galvatron for me yet.
Go ahead, Diecast.
I got something that Brian, I thought you said you were gonna get, but maybe you didn't.
Is there only one of them?
No.
Then maybe I did get it.
There's lots of them, but it's fairly new.
I did not get that.
The Transformers Monopoly game.
How many Monopoly sets? This question came up on the Transmasters group about how many Monopoly sets there are, and I counted 6. How many of those do you have? The Transformers Monopoly.
This is actually, other than the
premium one,
deluxe Monopoly one. This is actually my first.
Okay, I just did a Google image search, and I counted them, and I came up with 6. So
This one's really cool though. It's got little energon cubes and construct energon bunkers.
is that what the mini pieces are?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
So I have like a I don't want to complain about it, but Kim got me an Avengers Monopoly set for Christmas. My buddy Dusty also got himself a Monopoly set, an Avengers set. They're completely different. His has like mini Marvel figures as like the little playable pieces, and mine has like little discs that have like the first letter of the name of the character, and it sucks.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, those have Transformers in it too. The little playable. Yeah, it's got those too. The energon pieces, I think.
The bunker
Like
for
houses.
houses and hotels. Yeah.
Gotcha,
The bunkers
okay.
and cubes.
Yeah, it's really actually for only $20. I think it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, nice.
So, and then the only other thing I got's non-Transformer related, but it's Hasbro related. I got some blood.
Oh, cool.
So, another Cobra Island figure that took forever to track down. Thanks a lot, guys.
The so I said that I've given up on G.I. Joe Classified. I really don't much care for it. But I did end up ordering Major Blood because during the same announcement they said that the Baroness figures and the other stuff will hit retail again. Maybe I'll find it. If I can get them, I think I can keep going. But like if not, I there's not much keeping me with that line. But I did get Major Blood.
So I really haven't missed that much from this line, but the G.I. Joe line's kind of frustrating too because they keep coming out with variant figures, which is that drives me nuts when there's just like minor differences.
Yeah. What are we on? Like wave? What? 3 or 4, and we have 3 roadblocks already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is the third roadblock. This one actually looks good though, unlike the first two. It looks like Roadblock. The first one I wasn't crazy about, and the second one is just weird.
yeah. Some of our people in our Discord when that stream was happening were commenting how all the stuff they announced looked like what they were calling a soft reboot of the visual style of Classified.
Yeah, I just did not care for the way that the head sculpts looked on those first figures. They just look off. They don't look like the characters. They look like somebody I would work with at the office. Yeah, cool. So that's all Diecast got. Matt, did you get anything?
Nope, not a thing.
Chris has nothing. Don?
Hey, yeah, sorry, I was turned off the camera to save a little bit of bandwidth. Got a couple of things, nothing really major. Off topic, I went to GameStop as well. You know, I'm not a big Turtles fan. I'm really not. But the new Pop Culture Shock Shredder.
You bought a statue?
Yeah.
You have to be a pretty
it's
big fan to buy a statue of anything, Don.
Yeah,
That looks
That is a pretty nice
though.
looking statue.
It's an
yeah.
awesome looking statue.
Yeah, I saw that when I was on my lunch break and I went by after work and I thought, I've got my last $5 Power Pro thing.
How much was it?
It was $49.99, and the $5 that
Okay.
you get every month pretty much took care of the tax.
That's worth $50. I wouldn't complain with that. I don't need
I mean,
it.
yeah. I mean, I have so little turtle stuff, you know, but I've got that. I've got the tiger armor shredder and a few other small pieces, you know. So if I ever do a turtle shelf, that'll look really good. They had a Krang, but I've got the NECA Krang, and I really didn't want to fall down that rabbit hole until they do an Usagi probably. But so I got that, and then I got Lady J. I'm just basically just being super cherry picking on these figures, but I want to make sure I at least get the female figures from G.I. Joe since they're going to be pretty much underrepresented anyway as it is, because we've already had at least 2 Scarlets.
So again, Blade in the chat said he didn't like the newest Roadblock because it looks too much like it's trying to be the original figure. And I fully understand that I'm being a hypocrite when it comes to G.I. Joe compared to Transformers. But that's what I like about it. Where the difference is Transformers is a living, breathing, thriving toy line. G.I. Joe has been retread for so long that, you know, if when they try to do something new, it just feels off for the most part. Sorry. Go ahead, Don.
That's fine. Now, the big thing that I got from that last...
You have the big thing?
Huh?
Do you have the big thing?
The special thing?
You had like one of the big things last week.
It's one of the special things. Last week, I showed off the red G2 Snarl from Fans Toys,
yes,
which completed my G2 Dinobots. This week...
Oh, you're breaking up, Don.
Now, as you can tell, this looks immaculately like the G1 Astrotrain figure, and I would show it off to you in more detail if I hadn't been scammed by the eBay seller and have gotten a selection of stickers and a keychain.
What?
Yeah, the seller had 99.4% feedback.
What did you try to buy?
Yeah, you broke up in the middle of saying what it was supposed to be.
Sorry, Fans Toys Thomas.
Oh, I was thinking it was like the e-hobby Astrotrain.
Was the Fans Toys Astrotrain, and the eBay seller had a very good history, 614 feedback, and 99.4, 99.6. And then the negative feedback started rolling in, and he's gone from 9 feedback over the past year, or the last 6 months, however it does, to 54 as of right before the show. So yeah, everyone is getting stickers, keychains. Yeah. So
at least get your money back.
Was this out of China or is this domestic?
It was a Chinese seller, but again, the feedback was there, the history was there.
I don't trust.
I know. But I'm just saying you have to go by. I mean, because everywhere
I've been scammed by somebody with great feedback from China too. I'm never going to spend more than $30 or $40 from China.
Yeah, I mean,
wait, what was it supposed to be?
Thomas,
Vans Toys Thomas.
Oh,
and I was sent a manila envelope full of stickers and keychains. So luckily, I did find a seller on the TFW boards who is parting with his for only about $30 more than what that would have cost me.
So what kind of assortment of stickers and keychains did you get from that deal?
Based on his feedback on the TFW boards, I'm hoping it'll be a lot better than this, obviously. But I'll wait till that comes. But yeah, again, I know, Brian, I totally agree with you on that. It's just, again, if you see the positive history is there, and there was no reason to expect this, and it was only about originally $30 more than what the retail was when it came out, and that Thomas has gone through the roof. It's really skyrocketed since it came out. I had no reason to expect. I was wary, but I mean, again, the numbers, you have to go by something. So there's that.
I mean,
but yeah,
I hate to sort of poo-poo on a whole country of 1 billion people when it comes to buying things on eBay, but it's just so easy for them to scam you.
Yeah.
It takes so long for something to come through. You may forget about it. It's the communication is not always, sometimes it just, the distance between the United States and Canada China, from a logistical perspective, the difference in language and everything, it just makes it really easy to be, scammed.
Oh, I totally agree. Now, I am just saying TFW does have a thread where people list the good sellers that you can go by that have now, proven track records.
If I know I'm dealing with a person, that's one thing. But if it's just like a generic account, it's like, number one toy seller, something like that, and there's not like a person attached to it. Like there's sellers on Facebook that I trust because you can build that personal connection with them.
Oh yeah, I mean, again, Brian, I am not disagreeing with you at
Oh,
all.
yeah.
And
I'm basically just trying to dig myself out of a hole.
Yeah.
Worried that I'm
It's
digging
just,
myself in a hole.
but it's just all the sellers I have bought from in the past were about $40 to $50 higher, and the feedback difference was not. The numbers were there, but percentage wise, it was still pretty equivalent. But again, you pay as your money, you take your chances. So I am waiting for a refund through the PayPal program. So there's that. But anyway, that's I've still got 2 more things coming from that big purchase when I was selling all that stuff. So hopefully those will be here by next week.
Cool.
And not be stickers.
John, did you get anything?
No, actually, well,
You got the really cool thing last week. I missed.
yeah, I got the 1985 Toy Fair catalog from Mattel. But I guess the one thing I did get that I did mention last week was the DNA kit for Studio Series Devastator. I did unpack that and install that. Every piece of it has been installed.
Oh, wow.
So in seriousness, yes, he's got those things, and yes, they are. Anyway,
You're
more
breaking up.
serious
You're
things.
breaking up a little bit on your end. I don't know if it's
Who you can blame on that, Brian?
me.
Apple Corporation.
Oh,
Because on 2 fronts, the breaking out, because I have to tell this story. So this has happened twice in my life now, where Apple has a forced update for like security or just a firmware update, right? And it's forced on you, and for the second time, it has bricked a Mac. So
Oh,
no.
it installs at like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m.
oh, you're going to be doing video this week too. I forgot about that.
Forces its way through. And then when you wake up and sit down with your cup of coffee or whatnot, your Mac is gone. It's bricked.
I'm sorry.
Destroyed. Anyway, I'll be back up and running hopefully next week. Okay, so anyway, Devastator, real quick. Devastator. Yeah, he comes with the 2 wrecking balls. I installed them. That is factually correct. They are wrecking balls. They're fine. More seriously, the kit itself is really nice. So it does bulk him up. Primarily, it comes with this big attachment for his back, so it kind of beefs up his back, and it looks more like the grinding gears from the movie that grinds everything up as he sucks up everything in that scene. It comes with some biceps, effectively, that kind of double the mass of his upper arms. It comes with some extra kibble for his shoulders. That includes some rubber hoses that are kind of neat. It's kind of a neat texture thing. There are some additional pieces that kind of give some bulk to his head. So like on the sides of his head, his temples. He comes with this rabbit ears, so you can finally put the rabbit ears on him in robot mode. And then it comes with kind of like an abdomen piece for his tummy that fills that out a little bit. So the only drawback is for the money, for $50 or $60, it beats him up, but it doesn't help him look any better on all fours. It doesn't really do anything to give him a more accurate movie pose. It basically just gives him a beefier look as a stand-up robot, which is kind of the crux of the problem with Studio Series Devastator. So it does a good job of filling him out. Does it fix the core issue that some people have with him? No, not so much. But overall, I do like it. I just wish it helped better on all fours. And knowing DNA, there probably is going to be a second kit for $100 that does that. So we'll see. But overall, pretty nice kit. And I actually would recommend it if you look at the pictures online and think that it looks good to you. It's pretty accurate. So I would recommend it.
Cool. Okay, real quick, in the chat, tfradio.net/Discord, MRP73 pointed out there are 4 roadblocks in classified. So I need to figure out which one I'm missing and correct that or not. 2, there was pictures going around of a third-party Devastator that people were laughing at because it comes with like all of the robot bits and is basically like a centerpiece that you attach everything to.
Yeah, basically, Brian, it's almost like the MicroMaster combiners, where because when you built them, there was the head, the torso, and all that. So yeah, Magic Square made Stunticons.
Magic Square, okay.
Magic Square, yeah, they made a really good looking set of Stunticons that's just now finishing up, and then they come out with the individual robots look. These are the ones that come with the trumpets.
Okay.
They look great, but then you have a fake entire torso.
Devastator.
Yeah,
that's funny.
That the construction vehicles basically slot into.
I mean, these are Legend scale, the individual robots, right? So like in that instance, I don't think I mind that much having the fill-in parts for the combiner body just to get the proportions and relative size where it needs to be, because those Legends toys would be so compromised trying to do all that internally.
Yeah, at that scale, I would rather just have a good Devastator. Like, I would take the compromise.
Now, I believe I saw pictures of a second Legends Devastator that had a similar core body construction like that, but the body parts, quote unquote, transformed into some kind of
A drill.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't think the one you were originally referring to does anything but just be body parts.
Cool. Okay. John, anything else? Okay, let me get my stuff out of the way, then we'll wrap the show up. So,
Hooray!
boring stuff. I was out and about, and I was looking for the Authentics barricade, which I found. It's cute. I saw the Autobot Ratchet, which I didn't remember seeing before. Of course, I don't collect Authentics, but I bought it anyway because I'm an idiot.
It's been around, but yeah.
But I picked those up. Barricade looks great. It's going to stay in the package, but you know,
I'm sure you'll enjoy it far more that way. Yes,
absolutely. So I was talking before. We talked about the Toy Hacks kit for the Nemesis Prime trailer from the Netflix toy.
oh yeah.
To make it G2 Optimus trailer, and you pair that up with the Netflix Optimus, the Wave 2 Earthrise version, which is basically G2 Optimus, and you have a G2 Optimus Prime. So I got the set here. Looks nice. Can't wait to put it on. I was trying to find a second Nemesis Prime because the price on that has skyrocketed. It's just unlike the spoiler pack for the Ultra Magnus from the first wave. Which became worthless. Nemesis Prime didn't. So what I decided to do was order the Netflix Nemesis Prime from Amazon Japan. The Takara version comes in a windowed box and looks great. I was going to have that as my Nemesis Prime, and I was going to use the Netflix version, the Hasbro version, for the G2 toy. Except, when I ordered it from Japan, they shipped it in an envelope. So it got smashed coming from Japan. So the really nice box, got smashed. So this is, I could potentially try to flatten it out, maybe. And it wouldn't look so horrible. I might do that, but I think it would take some tape. In the long run, I might actually prefer it if I did that. But yeah, they got smashed. And I was trying to go through the process of doing a return. But doing a return to Japan is not fun.
Yeah, the best thing you can really hope for is them just saying, it's not worth the trouble, just keep it and we'll refund you.
Yeah, but they didn't do that, so yeah.
Yeah, that almost never happens.
Yeah. So, I got that. When I was on vacation, I was looking for Transformers licensed stuff from, candy shops and whatever. I didn't find any licensed stuff, but I did find knockoffs. So this is it's not even a knockoff. It's, I don't even know what you'd call it. It's not really a bootleg. What'd you call it? What'd you say?
A clone?
A clone, maybe. So it's like a one-step changer sort of toy, except So this one right here, you fold it over and the arms collapse in, and you have an unlicensed Camaro that looks like Bumblebee. And there's a black version of it as well that was supposed to be somebody different. Then I guess this is supposed to be some sort of Lamborghini or something, but the robot mode to me looks like Jazz. So I don't know what the heck this is supposed to be. But that was also in a different color, but it wasn't worth buying another one, so I got that. So this is something I bought a while ago. And it's funny because it was posted on a Transformers Artifacts group, and nobody could identify where it came from. The seller had about 10 of them, and it's like a Transformers Micromaster sticker sheet. Like it's new old stock. It's from 1989. And yeah, it's certainly neat. It's certainly a sticker sheet, and it's certainly 32 years old. And it's like $5, so I wasn't worried too much about that. I got this at McKay's. It is which character is this? It's not Mirage. Is it Camshaft? Prowl. No. I think it's Camshaft. But it's
Show us.
yeah. It's one of the, I guess it came from Dollar General. It's one of the spy changers. It's a clear one from Universe. So
Yeah, there's really no telling that.
yeah. So it's on the card. It was like $4. I have the toy already, but I didn't have it on the card, so I spent $4 to get it. Just a few more things. I finally completed my motivators. I say I completed it. It's not quite complete because I don't have the box for it yet. I do have a box on the way for it. But Gripper came. I actually should have the box next week, and it's coming with a few extras, and I'll talk about that then. But my third motivator. And I will be able to combine them into, what do they call them? It's supposed to be like Big Rescue or whatever, but
You're thinking Rescue Force.
no, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, this is a big, this is not Road Caesar. It's big, but what are the big motivators? What they called it?
Well, I thought the motivators didn't come with parts to combine them.
Yeah.
Well, but you can still combine them. They just don't have like the chess piece or whatever. Yeah. So I was confusing Rescue Kaiser, but there's, I think Big Motivator is the name for this. Is when you put it together. Yeah, it's an unofficial combiner mode, but you can still put it together. Yeah, so I got that. Speaking of Rescue Force, I had this on the way. I didn't get it. This is Rescue Force number 1. Was this Leozak? But not.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but not in. They don't have names. So
No.
So, but this one's also on the card. So now I have half a Rescue Force on the card, which does me no good because I want to combine them into 4/6 of Lio Kaiser. But this actually just popped up recently on a local seller. Had this. They sell on eBay, but they're like 30 minutes from here. I saw it. It was pretty cheap. It's a Spanish version of First Aid, but on the card. So it's the Spain version from Spain from 1990. Yeah, so like my first Defensor, and I'm pretty sure my first Bruticus all came from Spain. That's how I got them. I got them from Bantha Trad, if I remember right, from
Oh wow.
his website, his AOL site, when that was still up and running. But he had those for sale for cheap. This wasn't super expensive, but it certainly wasn't, $5.
It certainly wasn't 1998 money.
It wasn't 1998 money. I mentioned this on the show a couple weeks ago. I mentioned it on Twitter. I already have a copy of this, but it was marked up. This is a pristine copy of the vintage 1986 Transformers the movie soundtrack on vinyl. But it's also just like the copy I have. It's a promotional copy. It's got the little gold foil stamp on it that says not for resale. The one I have has an autograph of a DJ who apparently gave it away, and it has a sticker from the radio station that gave it away. This is really nice. A record store in Raleigh, North Carolina, had a stack of these for sale.
Huh.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense that a record store would get their hands on something like this, in an acquisition. So, let's see here. I've been buying some stuff from Japan. This was something I didn't have, so I got it. It is from the Generations 2014 book. It's the way it goes with it. It's Shuki, which is the repaint of Astro Train. So he's one of the leader of the train bots. It's pretty cheap, so got that.
I'm trying to remember if I ever picked one of those up.
I know you had Artfire, and
I got Stepper, Artfire, and Ghost Shooter for sure.
Yeah, I got Ghost Shooter. Now I have Artfire. There was a version of Stepper. Which way was Stepper?
Ricochet.
No. So
it was the Reveal the Shield Jazz.
Reveal the Shield
okay,
Jazz.
that's how you mean that.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So okay, I didn't even know that existed.
I got it at BotCon 2012.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I knew it existed. I just forgot about it. Actually, now that I think of it, was I there when you got it?
Well, you were with me at that BotCon, so I think
I remember. I think I was with you when you bought that. I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, probably. It was Sunday, and John came and found us and grabbed me and said he saw one booth with one left because he knew I'd been looking for one, and I went over and bought it, and I think it was like $120.
I'm gonna do. I've got two things left. I'm gonna do the one that I have. I think they're both cool, but one is something I've been wanting for a while. The other is something I've been wanting for a while, but not actively looking for. I got a good price on it. It is Nucleon Quest Convoy.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I've been buying
Nucleon
stuff
Quest
from
Super Convoy. That's important.
Yeah, Super Convoy. I've been obviously I would rather have Fire Guts, Gudgeon, right? But
yes, but I would kill you for it.
I know. I've been pricing these, and this was an exceptional deal.
Mhm.
I had an option of buying one mint and sealed box or loose for 3/4 of the price. I went with loose, and it is just like gem mint, brand new. It looks like it's never even been touched. So, very pleased with this purchase. So
I am jealous.
it is gorgeous. Let me actually.
Yeah, that's not one of my Grail items, but like I seriously appreciate that for what it is.
Oh God, it's gorgeous. Let me pull it out. Show the cab.
It was a big deal too at the time because like when they did that version of that on the reissued God Jinrai body, like that was the first time the character of Convoy was on that body for Japanese continuity.
Yeah. So, God, it just looks so great. Oh, there we go. Just looks so nice. It's so stiff too. It's like it's. I don't know if it's ever been transformed.
Yeah, we can hear the joints.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's really
It's gorgeous.
nice.
And the cab mode has the red windows.
Yeah.
Just gorgeous. Maybe I should have gone with that last. The thing I got that I've been wanting for a while. There's a couple of G1 toys that I've been wanting in the box specifically, just to make me a happy collector. I got one of them, and it's in really nice shape. I posted this to Twitter, so people may have saw it. It's a Brainstorm. And it's in great shape.
Yeah, no, that's a really, really good example of that.
Yeah. And the price sticker on it was $15.99, which actually I think was original retail, so it wasn't the clearance one. A lot of time you find stuff like this, it's clearance because a collector probably bought it on clearance and then hoarded stuff. This is not. So, just very happy to have that. The other toy, spoilers, is G1 Mirage. Eventually I'll get a nice boxed copy of it. I have a nice boxed knockoff of it, but that doesn't count. Okay, that's what I got this week. I'm done.
Yeah, you probably should have gone with Nucleon Quest Super Convoy last, but either way, that was a really good one.
Yeah, Nucleon Quest Convoy cost half of what Brainstorm cost, and Brainstorm was way less than I would have expected. Got a really nice deal on the Convoy. So let's see here. I want to thank our patrons at the Touch tier, of course, at patreon.com/TFRadio, or you can also go to tfradio.net/Patreon. But we mention them on the show every week. It is required by our agreement with our patrons. We have the folks listed at tfradio.net/credits as well. I want to thank Kevin Dorsey, Ryan Bona, Cheesy Patty, Emmett Stresovich, Rabbits, Hector Bones, Nathan Sampy, Ness, Joey Russell, Jason Hiley, Mike Mallory, Jason W. Rye, Sean Hamilton, Jacob Owen Lucia, Sean Bratton, Spider Bob, Mighty Orbots, and Black and White Now in Color. And if you want to be a patron at the Touch tier, you can also be on our History on the Vibes podcast, which is pretty cool. You can find us at tfradio.net. We have all our links there. You can watch us on, tfradio.net/Roku. You can watch us on a Roku channel or on YouTube each week. It's pretty cool. Let's see here. Rob Clay is not here. He's at Figure Reviewers on Twitter. Was that his preferred?
That's his toy oriented mostly account, and for his video gaming, there is at Rob Flails, which is his Twitter for his Flail Through's YouTube channel, where he mostly plays Gundam Battle Operation. I have no idea what's dropping in that this week because he plays it and I don't.
Yeah. He has his Patreon, which you can find. That's at Flail Throughs, patreon.com/flailthroughs, if I remember right. And you can, gosh, the joints on this are so tight. So I don't want to break it. Oh, there we go. You can throw money his way, and he will do what you say on video, basically. Not like I think he'll be like
he'll do custom rounds and color schemes on the mobile suits. Yeah. He's not. And I believe patrons also get the perk of previews of the thumbnails in advance for his videos for the coming week. Yeah, and of course, you mentioned before tfradio.net/Claylist. His birthday's coming up. Mm-hmm. On the 23rd, I think.
Yeah.
It's only been like 20 years. I think I finally remember when his birthday is.
I don't remember when my brother's birthdays are. And again, I only remember what Kim's birthday is because it's a week before triplets. And
it's fine. I didn't know it was your birthday until I saw people wishing you happy birthday.
I don't remember anybody's birthday. Except triplet I remember because it's the day before Christmas, because that sucks. And Kim's birthday is a week before that. That's basically it. Chris, how do people get a hold of you?
I'm personally on Twitter at ChrisRTXV. I'm on social media for my toy photography at Play With Photos on Twitter or Play With Photography on Instagram. You can find my toy photography work collected at playwithphotography.com. If you'd like to throw some money my way to show some support and help me do what I do, I'm on Patreon at patreon.com/playwithphotos, where you can sign up for as little as $2 per month.
Cool.
And I have an Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/ChrisList.
Diecast.
You can follow me on Twitter at Diecast2, and I have a Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/diecastlist.
Cool. John. That John D everywhere. Mac is dead.
That John D everywhere. Mac is dead. Confirmed.
Do you have JohnD.com? If not, you should.
No, man. Well, now that you said it on the air, I probably don't.
No, you're fine.
I have access to it. Oh, but that's a good idea, Brian. I'm on it.
John, you failed, by the way, but someone helped me out.
What?
On the interwebs and found me the Turtles 4-pack. So that's
hadn't turned up here yet.
Yeah,
Sorry.
someone found two, and they snagged one for me because they know I've been bugging you about it. So
what part of the country?
Nice.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Don.
I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EVR. Do not have an Amazon wish list yet.
Can't
Well, I do.
/ Massey Attack.
I do have the Massey Attack list, although most of that stuff is stuff I don't wish for. But we are.
You want those Cadbury eggs?
I'm type 2 diabetic. I don't need the Cadbury eggs.
But you want them.
Yeah, well, I want a lot of things. I wanted a Headmaster RC figure for 30 years.
And you got it.
Yeah, but I don't have another 30 years left to want something. But there will be a wedding list before too long. So that as soon as we get that done, that'll be going up as well.
Cool. Let's see here. Rob Springer is not here, but he is at zonebase.org and at RoboRobSpringer on Twitter. I'm on Twitter at bkilby, and I have other stuff at briankilby.com. And we're about to turn into a pumpkin, so we'll see you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
My solid state recorder has 14 minutes of audio left to be recorded, so I was getting antsy
Why is it that close?
because I haven't purged it in like a month.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah,
Right,
well,
Yes. Good night.
yeah.
People watching live, we're not doing a post show. We'll see you next week.
Okay, but can you confirm for us that you're going to order Masterpiece, Skywarp, Thundercracker, and Shattered Glass Soundwave?
Yeah, 3-0 Shattered Glass Soundwave.
I don't think I'm going to do Soundwave.
I think you are.
Disappointment.
I'll let you guys know next week. It'll be a mystery.
Bye, everyone.
Well, if it was Prime, it'd be a Mystery of Convoy.
That's true. Actually, this should be like show content. That's a good one, Don. Okay, so by Twitch, by Facebook, and by YouTube.